What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wisdom Girl and Wise Woman show. It's your girl, Wisdom Girl, aka Carmel Miller, and this is.
Hey everybody, I am Wise Woman Leslie Christie.
And today, for show number 120,
Wow.
Slay, get that up. Our topic is be bold, be brave.
Yes.
So tag someone and let them know that we are on the air.
Amen.
Fuck that tea. So on today's episode, we are talking about stepping up, speaking out, and stepping into everything we were created to be. Like, if you've ever felt like you are holding back or staying small, or that someone else is holding you back or is trying to make you feel small, this episode is for you.
Yep.
If there's one message we want to show every woman and every young girl and every teenager to get today, it's this: you are created for something amazing.
Amen.
You were put here with a purpose, on purpose. Clock that to you real good. With gifts, with the voice that deserves to be heard.
Yes.
So today we're diving into what it means to live with boldness and bravery.
Yeah.
How to stand up and how to speak up and break out of these comfort zones that try to hold us back. So join the conversation in the chat and like, tag, share, subscribe, and tell 5 Woman that WGWW is live and on air. So let's get into it.
Okay. Yes. So listen, we got a lot to cover today. We know that this is a season now where we need to talk about being bold, being brave, particularly as females, women, girls, teenagers of color. Okay. So one of the things that's challenging for all of us, right, no matter what our age is learning how to speak up. Now, if that's something that you're challenged with, then please let us know in the chat. Okay. Because we want to have this conversation today. We definitely do. So what we want you to understand is there is power in speaking up. Now, just a disclaimer, all that we're talking about today, it doesn't mean that Wisdom Girl or Wise Woman has it all figured out and we have it all together. No, because we're challenged with these things as well. But we feel like it's important for us to talk about it so that we understand who we are and where we need to go as women and as girls. So many times women and girls are taught to stay quiet. We're taught to play small or even to avoid causing a scene. Anybody have ever been told that? Like, just hush, don't cause a scene, right? But let me tell you, there is power in your voice. Speaking up isn't just about being heard. It's about knowing that what you have to say absolutely matters. Okay, so let's be real about it. There absolutely will be times when speaking up feels hard. Yes. Okay. But maybe it's a situation where you're the only one, who feels differently, or, everybody else has one thing they agree on and you're the oddball sticking out. Or maybe you're worried about what people will think about what you have to say. But here's the truth. When you speak up, you give other people, other women, other girls, you give them permission to do the same. So what it is that you show others what it means to value yourself, to stand for what you believe, and to live authentically.
Exactly. Right. And
Yeah.
speaking up can look different for everyone. Not
Yeah.
everyone's the same. Maybe it's for you, it's sharing your ideas in a group setting. That is a struggle for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's saying no when something doesn't feel right. Another struggle for me, and I'm pretty sure 99% of us struggle with that. Maybe it's sharing your story and it's telling your truth. Whatever it is, just make sure that you know that your voice has value and don't let anyone convince you otherwise.
Come on. I know that's right.
Don't let anyone tell you differently because they don't know.
Right.
And remember, speaking up doesn't mean you have to be loud. It means you have to be real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it means standing up in your truth. Even if your voice shakes, let me tell you something. Moses could not speak in straight sentences.
Right.
And he delivered a whole nation. So
Come on. Yes.
He wasn't a woman, but still.
Right.
It's a great example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the world needs your perspective, your thoughts, and your heart. So don't hide it. Be bold, be brave, and speak up. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Everyone is called by God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone is called by God.
Yes.
But you are not living in your purpose. You are not living in your calling unless hell trembles at your name.
Come on. That's the truth. That's the truth. If hell is not trembling, then there's something that's not quite right,
Something's not right here.
Right. Because, God puts all of these abilities in us on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and he does not want us to hold back or to silence what he's put in us. We have to be bold. We have to be brave. We have to get out there and show ourselves and, make ourselves known. And again, like Wisdom Girl said, it's not about being loud and boisterous, but it's about being real. Like, don't hide who you are. Just be real about who you are. Okay. And when you're real about who you are, yes, absolutely, hell will tremble at your name. It has no other choice but to do that.
Let me tell you, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
I hate it when that happens. It was so good and it was right there.
It'll come back to you. It'll come back. But another thing that's important for us to do as young girls, as women, is to be bold and brave enough, to step out of our comfort zone. Now, Wisdom Girl kind of hit on that a little bit in her intro, right? That comfort zone, that cozy, safe little box we want to stay in. We got to be bold and brave to kind of break out of that, okay? And let's be honest. Here's the truth. Nothing grows there. Nothing grows when you are safely in your comfort zone. There's no growth there. There's just none at all, right? If we want to become who we're meant to be, then we've got to be willing to step out. No doubt about it. We've got to be willing to just say, you know what, I'm going. I'm diving in. I'm going to I'm giving it my all, right? Yeah. Stepping out of your comfort zone, it can be terrifying, right? It can be think of all the women, all the young girls. Who's a poet that I always forget her name until
Amanda Gorman?
Amanda Gorman. Think about her, right? She has a speech impediment, right? And her way of expressing herself was through poetry, through writing, not necessarily in front of crowds, but people were drawn to her writing, and then she began to talk on stages. She had to kind of deal with that terrifying feeling of stepping out of her comfort zone, which was to just write, and she had to get out there. And look at her now. Again, you got to be bold enough and brave enough to kind of step out there, right? So here's the thing. Growth happens when we stretch. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right, Wisdom Girl? Like,
yes.
You got to be stretched if you want to grow. There's no other way around it, y'all.
Right. You can't be lazy. No.
You can't. You gotta be willing. Even with the stretching, you got to be willing to take.
You got to be willing to move, because no one is going to move you. No one is going to push you. I'm telling you right now, if someone sees that you're not committed, so especially me, I'm going to move right along, because you're either going to be all in or you're going to be out. And whether, I don't care which one you pick, as long as you don't waste my time.
Right.
I definitely get this from my mother.
Yeah. And it's, in this season that we're in, it's interesting how we have scheduled our topics last year, before the year even started. And it's interesting, not last year, over the summer. We kind of do our scheduling over the summer period. But it's interesting how this particular topic landed in this season in history, this moment in history. Okay, all of y'all know what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to, and that's our sister Kamala Harris. Love her, hate her, whatever, she's still our sister. Okay, love her campaign, hate her campaign, she's still our sister. You voted for her, didn't vote for her, she's still our sister. And it means something when time and time again you see women pressed down and are really told in a roundabout way, some just verbatim and very boldly, like, you'll never be this and you'll never be that, and we're not going to allow this, and we're not going to allow that.
Yeah, like an example, the first what's her name, Victoria Kingston, something like that.
Yeah,
Victoria something. I was like, she was the first woman to try to run for president. Slay Vicky. Anyway, she did not. She failed miserably.
Yeah, she did.
She was a woman at that time. This was the 1920s, y'all. Be so for real. 1910s, 1920s. Let me tell you something. Women were trying to fight for their right to vote, let alone a female president. Right. Then we got the 70s. Shirley Chisholm. Not only is she a woman, but she's a woman of color. This was in the 70s. Women had just got the right to vote 5 years prior, plus years prior, almost a decade.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. That broke me. Yeah. And I was a child. I was like,
she was supposed to be in the White House, but we ain't even gonna go there. How that all transpired, but you know.
Yeah, I was like 5, and that broke me.
Yeah.
Next, Kamala.
Don't start crying.
I'm not gonna cry, you guys. I'm not gonna cry. I don't like to cry like that. But the point is, never stop trying.
Right. That's the point. Yeah.
You're gonna be told no. You're gonna be told that you can't. You're gonna be told that, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and I'll be like, okay. Or you don't be afraid of failure, you guys. Be afraid of never having the chance to try. Clock that.
That's it. That's right. That's it right there. That's it right there. Yep. And you know, we gotta push ourselves. We gotta always push ourselves. Because if we don't push ourselves, listen, no
one is gonna push you.
Say that.
No one is gonna push you. Now, sometimes you gotta pull your own weight by yourself.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sometimes you have to carry the burden by yourself.
Yeah.
But if you don't get up and move, that burden's gonna get heavier and heavier and heavier. And now that's a personal problem.
Right. Yeah.
Now I can't help you.
Yeah. Before you move on, we just want to say, give a shout out to all of you who are watching us live. Thank you so much for joining in to Wisdom Girl Wise Women on today's topic, which is Be Bold, Be Brave. We thank you for being with us today. And if you're in the chat, go ahead and type in the chat and let us know your thoughts, your feelings, maybe your experiences. Okay, and we'll love to hear from you, and we'll give you a shout out as well. All right, go ahead, girl.
Listen. Stepping out of your comfort zone, our comfort zone. I'm gonna say that because I'm just as bad.
Yeah.
Stepping out of our comfort zone is critical.
It is.
Stepping out might mean trying something new, taking a chance on yourself, or even facing something that scares you.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, boldness doesn't mean you're not afraid.
Right.
It means that you feel the fear and you move on anyway.
Right. Come on. Yes.
You trust that God's got you. What's that song? I don't know. And you're ready to see what's on the other side. Well, by the other side, you don't mean by what I think you mean by the other side, because I'm not ready yet. Psalms 56:3 says, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. God knows we'll feel fear.
Yeah.
Fear is a part of the top 5 emotions. Yes, I am connecting things I'm learning in school to this. I didn't know.
Thank you. That's what you should do.
I clocked that. But he also knows that with his help, we can walk right through it. Said walk. Oh, this is a breeze. That was not that bad. I don't want to go back, but it was not that bad. You know?
Right.
Right.
Like, oh, okay.
It was good.
Come on, God, we got this. Yeah.
Don't get no ideas though. So here's a little secret. The more that you step out, the more comfortable it becomes. That doesn't mean you'll never feel nervous, but you'll
Right.
get stronger and braver and way more confident.
Right.
Stepping out of your comfort zone is like exercising a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. So go ahead, take that step, try that new thing, that one new thing, make that bold move, and you got this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. You are so right that it is exercising muscles, and it's exercising those muscles along with God being right there with you. And I love that because God will never give us an assignment where we are there by ourselves. He's walking with us, He's cheering us on, He's holding our hand, He's lifting us up, and so it's easier when you know that God is there to be bold and to be brave in what He calls us to do, what He birthed us into this world to do. And we can't allow others or circumstances to silence us. We really got to step out there, like you were saying, and just go for it, and the more we do it, I so agree with you. The more we do it, the stronger we get, the better we get at it. Again, we gotta say again, we're not saying this and talking about this because we got it down pat. No, we're saying it and we're talking about it because it needs to be said, particularly during in this season that women are in, that young girls are in, that teenagers are in. It has to be said, and we have to hold each other up and encourage each other to be bold, be strong. You can do this. Go for it. And so, that's what it's all about. That's all what it's all about today. So listen, finally, all right, we want to talk about becoming who you were put on earth to become or to be. I want everyone who is listening to hear this. Okay. Y'all ready? I need you to hear this. You have a purpose. You have a purpose. Now, I know you probably heard that 100 billion zillion times. Yeah, I know I have a purpose. Here's the deal. We struggle as females trying to figure out or find out what our purpose is. Okay. But you got to start there knowing you have a purpose. You were made with intention. Like God said, I am making this person. I am making Tanisha. I am making, I don't see the other names, but I am making you and I am making you and I am making you with intention. This is how God did it. Right? So there's something that only you can bring to the world, and you have to believe that. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do what? Good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." So think about that. God has already laid out a path for you, right? For me, for Wisdom Girl, filled with purpose, filled with meaning, and filled with impact. And you're not here by accident. You're just not. You're just not.
Yeah, you're right. And here's the thing. Nobody else can do what you do the way you do it. Clock that, D.
Right. Come on. Nobody.
Whether it's in your family, your school, your career, your friendships, or your community, you have something special. And being bold and brave means owning that. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You know that you're living by your purpose when everybody starts to hate you. Trust me. I had to learn this the hard way.
Okay. When
everyone hates you, you're living in your purpose. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah. Everybody hates you. Nobody wants to talk.
When everyone is busy when everybody is busy focusing on what you can't do, don't forget to do what you will do. Tell them what you will do and do it.
Come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes.
And let's be real, ladies. My facial expressions. Becoming who you are meant to be isn't always a smooth path.
Right.
There will be bumps. There will be mistakes. There will be moments where you might wonder if you're doing the right thing.
Right.
But those challenges are part of the journey. Every step, Every struggle is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for your purpose. You know, when you're on that roller coaster and you feel like that your soul just left your body, like
right.
I mean, like, it's not for long. Like, now
Right.
you may say that, oh, that wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna do it again, but it's not that bad. I would not.
I love what you just said. Like, it's not for long, you know. So stay on that roller coaster. That's a wonderful analogy you just gave, because roller coaster rides are not long at all.
They're not, and you still feel
yeah, you're scared up the yin yang when you're on it.
But there's certain ones that'll be like, that wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna go on it again. But still.
Right. Or you say, oh snap, that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun.
I'm not gonna do it again, but it's not that bad. You know?
But it's so important for us to realize that these things, that, you know, you will go through something. You will experience things that you don't want to experience, that doesn't feel good, that makes you think you're losing your mind. And you will, like you were just saying, you will sometimes question yourself, like, did I really hear God? Am I really on the right path?
Sometimes it's funny. People make a joke out of it, and I'll be like, God, please send me a sign. He sent you a sign. Go like, but like, wait, like, are you sure? Like, just give me another one. Like, just so I can know it's you. You know, like, give me another one. Like, just in case. You know, like, I just need to know. Okay, but like, still, like, are you sure this is what you want? Because like, I know our plans are not always gonna align, but you know, like, can it align like this one's?
Right.
Can you want what I want, just this once?
Right. Exactly.
And then God is like, I like your plan, except it sucks. So let me do the plan.
Right.
That way it might be really good.
Exactly. And it's so wonderful because God doesn't dismiss us. Right. You know, when that happens and he's like, no, not that plan. That one sucked. Let me give you
let me give you a different one. Now you might not like it, but I do. Right. Well, that matters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to go through that, and this, right?
Right.
Go this, there, and that, and don't question me, right? We all see what happens when you question God.
Right. But you know what's so beautiful too? We shouldn't question him, but even when we do, God still gives us compassion. He gives us
some grace. Let me tell you something. Because in that Old Testament, he was wilding. He was petty, top tier petty. Really said, "Oh, you gonna be used to season salt in the. You gonna be used to season some chicken in the future."
But wait a minute. He gave more grace to his daughters than to his sons. Let's be for real.
Right.
You know, which is why we can't be dismissed, because God loves his daughters. I mean, listen, he loves his sons too, but daughters have a special place in his heart. I'm sorry. It ain't biblical. I can't give you a verse that says daughters have a special place in his heart. But I mean, you know, just knowing. Go ahead, what?
That those punishments he gave Eve was wilding. It was a bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are consequences for.
There are consequences, but those consequences were a little bit. I was not prepared for those consequences. I was like, oh, I hope that fruit was good. Better be the sweetest.
You feel some kind of way about Eve.
I do.
Yeah, you poor Eve, when it's time for us to all go to heaven, poor thing, she gonna have it though.
I'm gonna go to Eve. I'm gonna be like, Eve, now why? Tell me all of your issues. What made you? You let your intrusive thoughts win, clearly.
Yeah, for sure. Intrusive thoughts. For sure. But listen, becoming who you were meant to be isn't about being perfect. See, that's the thing we have to get. But it's about being authentic. Can you be authentic without thinking you have to be perfect?
Mm-hmm.
Question. It's about showing up as yourself, okay? Mm-hmm. All your flaws, all your stuff, and allowing God to use you exactly as you are. So if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, and you're wondering, am I enough? Do I have what it takes? Well, let me tell you, yes, absolutely yes, a resounding yes. You have exactly what it takes, because you have a God who puts his love, his grace, and his purpose inside of you.
Right. Clock that T. Clock that T.
That pause. I'm like, what are they doing?
Clock that, T.
Okay.
So please take this message to heart.
Yeah.
Be bold. Be brave. Be unapologetically you.
Yeah, for sure.
Speak up for yourself. Step out of your comfort zone and don't hold back. You're not here by accident. You have a voice, a purpose, and a call.
Yeah. And we hope that you all understand that, not just from the mouth, or not just, because you say it, but in your heart. Like, challenge yourself. Does my heart really believe what my mouth speaks?
Right.
Is my heart aligned to what I'm speaking out of my mouth?
Right.
Because that's the thing that females, we have to really kind of try to fix. Because a lot of times we speak things that our heart.
Sometimes we're a little bit too quick with the mouth,
Yeah.
Especially me.
Exactly. Yep.
A little bit quick with it. I'd be like,
yeah. I mean, you gotta believe that thing deep in your heart so that you can walk it out, because now is not the time for us to sit back. Now is the time for us to be bold and be brave in everything that we are doing. Rise up. Yes. All right. So we are about to wrap it up. Stick with us to the very end. All right. So let me just say, you don't have to figure it all out today. Okay. Just take one step. Maybe it's speaking up for yourself in a conversation. Maybe it's trying something new, or just believing in yourself a little bit more. Okay. Whatever it is, take that step with courage. And remember, God's got you. God's got you. And He's walking this journey with you.
Right. And remember, being bold and being brave does not mean to do it alone. Reach out to people who can support you, encourage you, and walk alongside you. We're all in this together.
We are. We certainly are.
You have a community here at Wisdom Girl Wise Woman.
You do.
That believes in you and is cheering you on in every step of the way.
Right. Absolutely. So listen, as we wrap up, I want to remind you that you were made for this. You absolutely was. And God has given you everything you need to be bold, to be brave, and to be exactly who He called you to be. I want you to stop listening to the fear. I want you to stop listening to the voices in your mind. Just know that you are called for a time as this, for such a time as this. And God is calling His daughters, young and old. I'm not old. I thought you was going to have something to say about that. But you're of all ages. God is calling His daughters to be brave in this season and to be bold in this season. So don't hold back. All right. Go after your purpose with everything you've got. And remember, God is with you every step of the way.
Right. And yes, and take a moment to let this sink in. If you've been holding back, if you've been waiting for permission to be bold, to be brave, and to be all that you are, consider this your permission slip. Clock that, T.
Yeah.
You are worthy and powerful, and you are needed in this world. So get out there and be unapologetically you. Make your mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you for tuning in to Wisdom Girl Wise Woman today. Don't forget to share, tag, and subscribe at Wisdom Girl Wise Woman on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I forgot.
Same thing.
Love you, and we'll see you next Saturday for episode 121, The Fruit of Self-Control from Proverbs 25.
All right, everybody. Again, we love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.